ADGM app and transform how you live, work and thrive in the ADGM district.
Welcome back to the Business Breakfast. 8:52, we have a winner in our fitness competition. We have, rather, a name to put in the hat. Fynd is described as the newest ultimate destination for health, wellness and fitness. It is Fynd Mina CI. So it is on the last two floors of the Baraski parking, and they've got all kinds of stuff: Pilates, spin, HIIT, boxing, 3 rooftop paddle courts. You get the picture. It's more than 4,000 square meters and super luxury as well. 5-day pass, a 5-week pass is what we've got up for grabs. Today's winner is Dana. Congratulations. I asked, what is this fitness pose? Balancing on your sit bones, legs lifted in front of you, torso leaning back, arms stretched forward, making a V shape. It is the boat pose, or Navasana. We would have accepted. Dana got it right. You're in the hat.
Currencies.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
Indian rupee opening a little weaker on markets this morning against the dollar, that is. Domestic currency in India opened 3-piece weaker at 88.14 against the US dollar in the early markets. We're there? Yeah, we're there. It's 88.1370 against the US dollar. What's that mean for you and your dirham? It means, oh, this is a nice round one. It means that the dirham is trading against the Indian rupee at 24 flat, 24.0000.
InsuranceMarket.ae. You live your life. We'll handle the rest. 800 Alfred. InsuranceMarket.ae.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by DIFC Courts. You can't predict the future, but you can protect it. Register your will now at difccourts.ae/services.
Talking retail now, because one of India's leading e-commerce companies has set up shop in Dubai. It is Fynd, F-Y-N-D. You may well never have heard of it. However, you will have heard of its major shareholder. That is Reliance Industries, the business empire of the Ambani family. Okay, got your attention now. Joining us in the studio is the regional boss, Dharmendra Mehta, Managing Director for the Middle East and Africa at Fynd. Morning, Dharmendra.
Good morning, Richard.
Okay, I had to Google Fynd this morning when I saw you were coming in. And what Gartner says is, you're the Indian Spotify. You help companies have omnichannel online and bricks and mortar operation. But you tell me.
Absolutely, got it spot on. And so we're essentially an autonomous unified commerce platform. What that means is most companies solve either for e-commerce or for retail in terms of technology. We solve for a unified experience for customers. So a customer who went to your store or went to your e-commerce website would have the same experience. We also help brands to sell on marketplaces like Amazon, Moon, Trendyol, etc. So essentially, common experiences for customers across the channels that they shop at.
And you've been doing this in India for well over a decade now. And
that's right.
Reliance didn't form the company. It was formed by the founder, Farooq Adam, I think.
That's right. Farooq and SNG, there are two.
Yeah, and it raised various bits of fundraising, and then Reliance came in a few years ago. Fine. In India, from what I'm reading, you are very, very powerful at what you do. But of course, globally, it's a very different market, isn't it? Shopify, the global giant, but others as well. What made you think you've got something that Dubai, the UAE, the region needs, that it hasn't got?
I think, like I said, most of the apps that we're talking about solve only for e-commerce, which means they solve for one warehouse shipping to many customers, whereas Fynd is built on the promise of having multiple shipping points at one go. So it's unified commerce, really. And what it does is allows a customer to go to a retail store, choose inventory that's available not just in that store, but also from other stores, and also from your e-commerce. So the choice that a customer gets is very large. And the technology that powers it is based on, is what the Fynd platform is all about.
You have been in the UAE for a year or so now.
That's right.
Based in Dubai CommerCity, which we know and love very much. Often broadcast from there. Great coffee, great food. So you're based there, not because of the coffee, but you're based there. Most of your clients you can't talk about because you operate behind the scenes, but Hugo Boss is one of them.
That's right. The entire Hugo Boss UAE website is built on the Fynd platform. What we've done is taken the global template and localized it to the UAE requirements. And now we have plans to take it to Saudi Arabia, to South Africa, and to the other regions as well. That's one, but I think we also are working largely with the giving movement. We're working with a lot of other retailers in the luxury watch space, for example. We're working with Aiwa as a retailer on their virtual try-ons, etc. So from an overall offering perspective, there's lots more that Fynd does. We have about 50 technology products, and each of these is modular and composable, which means you don't need to take the entire platform, but you could take only one of the solutions, an AR, VR try-on, or you could take a supply chain solution, or you could take product information management. And that is really the power of the platform.
So what can you do for legacy retail brands? You've been in the UAE for nearly a decade now, most recently with Lal's Group, one of the historic retail groups here in the UAE. Brands like Homes R Us, brands like Daiso, Japan, again, legacy brands. I'm sure you had, your frustrations, as every manager does, working with a legacy company, but they're harder to fix, aren't they? Legacy companies rather than a startup?
I think the good part is that they're in all companies here are in their digital transformation stages, and it's a great example for Fynd also to kind of solve these problems. So over the last decade, most companies have made a lot of investment on technology, but now they're in the stages of unifying that experience. There was a separate e-commerce team and division that would run business, and there would be a separate retail division that would run their business. Today, we are talking about unifying those and making the business far more uniform, and in that sense, making it more unified for both customers and employees. So,
AI, big buzzword. What's the substance of AI in your world?
I think we are an AI native organization today. We started building LLMs maybe about 10 years ago, and thanks to our founders.
Really?
Oh yes, so we started working on those. Today, what we do is, one of the offerings we have is called Fynd Sourcing Platform, which is actually changing the paradigm of fashion. So most fashion brands take about 12 to 18 months to get a season collection in store. With Fynd Sourcing Platform, you can get it done between 20 to 50 days, depending on the product category you're in. And this is where AI is actually changing the paradigm. For hundreds of years, fashion has worked in a particular format, right? And we're here to kind of use AI and change that paradigm altogether.
I guess that's more of the Shein or the Inditex Zara model. They kind of pioneered this.
Yes, and now what we're doing is democratizing that entire technology for brands to utilize the same technology and be able to compete with that new fashion space.
Now, Sajid's written in, we haven't got much time. Sounds great. How much does it cost?
When you look at total cost of ownership, I think it's cheaper than any other product in the market.
Okay, but he said, what about a price-sensitive option for SMEs and startups?
Great point. I think, and we cater to both. Our global vision is to be able to get 8 billion people to shop conveniently, and SME is a big part of that in that conversation.
So what would be a starting? I'll give you an example. Okay, my favourite podcast is about Manchester United Football Club and Shopify as a sponsor, and I'm sick of hearing the advert, but it says, start from £1 a month with Shopify, blah, blah, blah. That's their offer. What's your kind of entry point?
I think our entry point would be similar in that sense. So you could start off very easily, but what we don't do is add on tech stack as you grow. And when you scale, it's very simple for you to kind of start utilizing inbuilt modules instead of taking an app ecosystem and then paying for them on the go.
Dharmendra, good talking to you. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Best of luck with the new venture. Say hi to the baristas.
Dharmendra, thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed. Dharmendra Mehta there, Managing Director for the region at Fynd. You're listening to The Business Breakfast.
Dubai 103.8 is always on, anytime, anywhere.
Hear what you've missed or discover brand new content, all on demand.
Dubai 103.8 podcast. Listen now.